Alright, we are up and ready and the bed is made. And as you can see, we can get started. That's right. The clock is reset. We have 4 hours and 31 minutes to get this load there. Oh, to do a pre-trip and get this load there and get it shut down. I had to run in there and grab an impossible sandwich at the Burger King. We got to get out of here. We got to make some time. Gotta get this load delivered. Break all the rules. Have everyone on all these YouTube chuckers all pissed off trying to poke holes in everything I do again. He's done it again. It's impossible. Hey, it is impossible. But it's not impossible what I'm doing. Impossible croissant sandwich. I mean, it's fake meat, but it's really good. I gotta turn my bunk heater off. Well, shit. For the past half hour, it's been this shit. Stop and go freaking traffic lights. Holy crap. And it is 7:22 and we got about 49 miles to go. Good Lord. Yeah, so unfortunately in Texas, this place is set up to waste your freaking time where you can't get anywhere in a reasonable amount of time. And then you got freaking flatbed drivers out here. We had 2 of them that were holding up traffic driving way below the freaking speed limit. So that's another problem out here. A lot of flatbed drivers. I don't know why they gotta go 10, 15 miles an hour under the speed limit, but that seems to be what they like to do. We made it! 8:18 a.m. and not much left on. Yeah, we freaking made it. It's a miracle. Just trying to back into this little spot here where I'm out of the way so I can go check in. Yeah, we did it! Man, they sent me to the other warehouse down the street, and as you can see, there's no freaking sign saying which place is which. Don't you just love this shit? So all I got's an address to go by, so I Googled it, and Google says it's right here, but you can't pull in any of these driveways. Look at this shit. That's where you gotta back in. This guy's trying to figure out how to turn around and back into that right there. He's gonna have to go out and come back. Oh crap, man. Oh my word. Like I've said before, this company gets the absolute worst freaking loads I've ever seen, man. The worst freaking places to pick up and deliver. I don't know how the hell they find them. This is what you gotta do to deliver this place. As you can see, there's no freaking sign or anything saying this is what it is. Gotta back up down the you have to pull out of there, because you pull into this road down here, and then you pull around, you find your dock. You pull out on the highway, back up down the damn highway. That way you can pull into this damn place right here. And then you can back into your freaking dock that's right there on the other side of that truck. And barely enough room to make that freaking turn. Shit. And you got this big ass junk pile right here you have to dodge with the front of your truck while you're trying to back into that shitty dock. That's why I don't recommend people go where I go. Hell no. Because every freaking load at this company, you are risking your CDL license, buddy. I know I'm supposed to sit here and wait to get unloaded, but I act like that I think he needs my paperwork so I can go and rally his ass to get me unloaded. Hola, amigo! So what I do is I go and start shaking doors. I hope I'm at the right place. They said dog too, but I couldn't find anybody. I don't see anybody back there unloading my truck. The manager says, you're not supposed to be in here. I'm like, well, hey, I'm making sure I'm at the right place, the right dock, and I couldn't find anybody back there. What? He better not be on break. Hopefully we get unloaded soon. I bet we do. Hola, amigo. Andale, andale. Anyway, so yeah, that Snyder driver, he was having a Sunday afternoon with this shit. Yeah, so he did the same thing I did. When you go to the receiving office, they give you a little piece of paper and they tell you to come down this road, turn down this road and pull around the building and go to dock 2. Well, if you do that, you're facing the dock with the front of your truck and you can't turn around. So you have to go out the employee's entrance, back down the road, then pull back into the employee's entrance and back into the dock. Anyway, it's a mess. Oh man, he finally figured it out. But yeah, sometimes you can just watch other people and figure out what they do and learn how to navigate the stuff. But anyway, so he was telling me, he said signing that lease purchase was the worst mistake he ever made. So evidently, you know, at some of these mega carriers, from what he was telling me, once you sign that lease purchase contract and they know they're no longer responsible for the damages of that truck, they gonna send you to all the worst places. So yeah, so it's normal mega carrier stuff, you know, gravy loads until you sign that lease purchase contract. Then it's all the irregular stuff, customers that nobody else wants to go to, you know, because they don't want to tear their equipment up. Once your name's on that freaking piece of paper, they don't care then. They going after them big dollar loads that nobody else wants. Places that you can't hardly get in and out of without tearing up your equipment. Because their name ain't on that contract anymore. You're responsible for that equipment. That's messed up, ain't it? Now remember, there's only one thing that makes this a record-breaking situation. And that is that we get unloaded and our paperwork turned in before noon. I just sent in the paperwork. As you can see, it's 10:23 a.m. I started about noon on last Monday. We just ran 3,800 miles in 1 week, and I just got a phone call. I'm the first to ever do it. Contrary to what these other people are going to be posting and commenting, I ran 4,000 miles, I ran 5,000 miles, blah, 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 blah. My daddy ran 5,000 miles with a farm tractor at JB Hunt. Bullshit. I'm the first to do it. So we're going to slide these tandems back, or up actually, and we're going to head to the truck stop. I just got a word of news. Being that this situation is a little unique. Hold on a second. Got them things back there. This is quite the unique situation, so they're not really sure how to handle it. So I just got word that they're going to make me shut down for 2 days because this situation is quite unique. They've never seen anyone run this many miles in 1 week before. So 2 days shutdown. They're going to make me make sure I got plenty of rest. They're not sure what the effects are going to be on the mind and body. I can tell you this, I feel great, although I feel a little numb. Look, there's another one with the hood up. Don't you want to go buy you a used truck? I don't think. I'm going to say this. The next time one of these YouTube truckers wants to give somebody advice about trucking, especially one of them with the pretty braids and all that, tell them to get out there and run their ass off for 1 week and document it, how many miles they can run legally in 1 week. I guarantee you it won't be 3,800. But if they can get up around 35, maybe we'll take some advice from them. I mean, I hate to brag, but I mean, it is what it is. I worked really hard to do this, you know, and it took a lot of freaking hard work and calculating every freaking minute, accounting for every minute of the day for a whole week. You know, but I mean, it was freaking hard work doing it, but I'm glad I pulled it off. But you guys were there with me, and that's what kind of motivated me to really push hard and run those 3,800 miles, you know. Now, you're going to have, of course, you're going to have these, you know what, you're going to have these other YouTube truckers, you know, blah, 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 right? Well, I say, here's what I say. Okay, instead of talking smack and all that, just man up, okay, and at least run something close to it, okay. But document it, okay. So you guys saw me. I showed you the tablet, the log, everything, and every single step of the way during the week. You know, I showed you what went into it and the places where I was at. You could see where I was at. You could see where I started, where I went, and where I came back to. You know, where I ended up, and you could see it, the times on that tablet. And dates, everything, and the hours. I ran my hours down pretty close a couple of times, but you can see what went into doing it. Okay, so if these other YouTube truckers out there, I mean, hey, I love them. I you know, they're great, but I mean, hey, if they want to man up and try their hand at it, be sure that if they post videos, you know, and they hit 3,600 miles, something like that. But if they do something like that, be sure that they show you that freaking tablet so you know the times and everything. You know, that be sure that they document the dates and the days and everything, and it's done within a week. You know, because I'm sure there's going to be people try to beat my record, you know, and there's going to be people trying to claim, oh, I did it, I've run more than that. Legally? Because they're telling me it's the first time it's been done, okay? All right. Legally, in 1 week. All right, so I mean, yeah, it's gonna be some hard work, but eventually, some way down the road, at some point, someone will probably match it or maybe even beat it. But they're gonna have to be damn good to do it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because out of that 70 hours a week that you can work, that's not what you can drive. Okay, that's what you can work 70 hours in an 8-day period. Okay. So remember, this is within a week, not 8 days, a week. Okay. All right. So, but within that time frame, you have pre-trips that you have to do that have to be 15 minutes every day. You have to fuel. Running that kind of miles, you're talking almost 4,000 miles there. How many miles do you get to a tank of fuel? Okay. About 1,000 miles, right? So you're going to fuel at least 4 times. Okay, then you got your loads and unloads, you know, and all that. So you're really, you know, you cannot run the full 70 hours that you can work. I mean, that's not even possible anyway, because you can only drive 11 hours in a day, and you can't run that out because then you're in DOT violation. So of the 11 hours a day that you can drive times, well, see, 70 times 7 days is 77. What you know, you really can't do that because of your pre-trips and your fuels and all of that. So, and your loads and unloads. So you're knocked down to about 60 of those hours that you can actually drive if you're super efficient, right? And let's say they say the average speed limit in America, you know, these mega carriers tell you it's 50 miles an hour. What does that put you at? 3,000 miles. Well, let's say you happen to somehow be super efficient with your time and you're able to average 60 miles an hour. What is that? 3,600? So you have to be able to average more than 60, okay, in more than 60 miles an hour the entire time you're driving. Okay, for those hours that, you know, in order to get 3,800 in a week, you know, and if, you know, you're able to log, say, 60 hours of driving, you're talking 63.5, 64 miles an hour, you know. It's pretty freaking hard to do. Now, there's going to be some people say you had to have been speeding in some of those zones. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm going to say this, though, it's legal. Because a lot of the zones I was in, the speed limits were 70, 75, you know. So it's legal what I did, you know. Technically legal. It's logged legal, 100% legal. Everything was legal, you know. I didn't cheat the log, anything. You can't hardly cheat these logs anymore. I don't even try anyway, you know. But you really can't anyway. All right, so yeah. If someone wants to try, go ahead, you know. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard work. I'm gonna tell you that. Run 3,800 miles in 1 week is freaking hard work. All right, I'm proud of what I did, and I'm glad you guys stuck with me through this ordeal. This past week has been freaking exhausting. It has been, you know, and I understand why they're making me shut down for 2 days. I mean, because that's excessive. You should be wore out after that. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go in here and get me a Big Mac. This McDonald's at the Pilot. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this, and all that. It has been fun.